Hi, my name is Emma Straub, and I decided to do my research paper on social media and how it is used in the restaurant business. Social media has become one of the strongest and most effective ways for restaurants to communicate and interact with their customers. Outlets such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram provide means to engage with, reward, educate, share stories with, and respond to customers. Such outlets are also a great way to provide visuals of the restaurant and the food and drinks served within the establishment. The purpose of my research paper is to explore the different outlets and uses of social media in the restaurant business and to uncover how effective such outlets are. My research questions are: what are the most effective ways to use Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for restaurant business and consumer interaction? And which outlet is the most effective? From here on out, and for the purposes of my paper, the term "the restaurant" refers to its owners, employees, chefs, and any other individual that participates in the restaurant's social media outlets. Facebook is one of the most prominent ways for restaurants to use social media. And some of the ways that it can be most effective are through honesty, response, education, visuals, and sharing. So just as a kind of quick overview as to what I'm going to discuss for each of these topics, within my paper would be: for honesty, just definitely making sure that you do not post anything that is untrue on your Facebook page or any social media, and definitely not deleting anything negative that gets written, but handling it in an appropriate way that will make your customers want to come back to your restaurant. As far as a response, and this kind of holds true for all social media outlets, just making sure that the restaurant responds to and interacts and engages with every comment or kind of like or friend request or anything like that. The restaurant definitely wants to make sure that it engages and interacts with its customers. As far as education, this would kind of just be the restaurant posting some background information or some information about what the restaurant is doing, the type of food that they're using, and kind of any just background information that can be shared with the customers that they wouldn't get necessarily from coming in and dining. As far as visuals, it's always going to be about pictures, videos, any behind the scenes or staff training or dishes or anything like that is definitely a great visual to have. And then as far as sharing, definitely any general information about the restaurant, as terms of phone numbers, addresses, hours, and then definitely any press that the restaurant gets, as far as any news articles or anything like that, you definitely want to post on your Facebook. Twitter is also a really great way for restaurants to utilize social media. And so these are the categories that I'm going to talk about in my paper. And again, just as a quick kind of overview of the direction I'm going to go in, Twitter is a really great tool because it has a maximum requirement of 140 characters. So you can't really write over that. And so keeping within that bracket is a really great way for the restaurant to kind of give quick tidbits or little stories that customers can read very quickly, whether or not they're waiting online or just checking their phone quickly before they have to, keep on working or doing whatever they're doing. So this is definitely a great tool for customers that are kind of on the go and want to check in, but kind of don't really have time to sit and read a whole long, lengthy news article. So in that regard, sharing, talk about the press that the restaurant has gotten, definitely, and share kind of any dinner specials or special prices or restaurant closings or anything like that is definitely important to keep on the restaurant's Twitter. As far as reward, that's going to be again kind of, engaging with your customers and trying to get people into the restaurant because at the end of the day, business is the most important. Um, so if, the restaurant could put on their Twitter, mention this tweet and get 50% off your meal or a free appetizer or something like that. It's a great way to get people into the restaurant and also to kind of get more followers on Twitter and more followers of your restaurant, just gain general interest in your restaurant. And then again, as far as visuals, just adding any pictures in that people can click to a link very quickly and see a picture of what the dinner special is or something along those lines is definitely important. And as always on Twitter, if anyone tweets to you or retweets your tweet, you definitely want to make sure that you're interacting and engaging. So, saying thank you or asking questions or responding to their questions is definitely very important for a restaurant's Twitter. And so, as the old saying goes, a picture tells 1,000 words. So, Instagram is kind of the set standard in the social media world for doing so. Um, Instagram is obviously all about visuals, so you definitely want to use them to your advantage. Such ways that you can do this are by giving, or such ways that the restaurant can do this are by giving customers a behind the scenes view, which could be anything from pictures in the kitchen, a chef preparing the dish, staff training, or setting up for an event, as I previously mentioned. You can also use Instagram to kind of show the scene and the setting that you are trying to present to your customers. So, if a customer is interested in coming to a very lively scene, you definitely want to take pictures when the restaurant is mostly, busy. And so that way the restaurant can promote itself as kind of, a very bustling and lively scene. And anywhere in between, a quiet restaurant or a lively restaurant. And also, of course, Instagram is a great way for restaurants to engage with their customers, again, answer any questions, and interact. And it's also a great way for the restaurant owners and kind of staff to see what aspects of the restaurant they are really enjoying the most. So the restaurant can see if it's the really creative dishes or the kind of setting and scene or the wait staff, that's definitely going to be kind of intertwined in Instagram. So that's definitely very effective. So, in terms of which is best, through my research, I found that definitely a combination of all of the outlets is best to target the most amount of people. And so, this will help you be careful not to overpost or underpost, which basically just means being overly active and annoying your customers, or being underly active and having your customers kind of forget about your interest in social media. You definitely want to find that medium, which is great if you have different outlets so that you can kind of filter your your input through the different outlets and not all just in one place. Um, I also found through my research that the use of various social media monitoring programs can definitely help the restaurant to be the most effective. So, Hootsuite or Sprout Social, which gives kind of an analytics of how effective your posts are and how many people look at them, is definitely going to be helpful when using Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the restaurant business. Thank you guys for listening, and I appreciate any feedback or comments you may have, and have a great day. Thank you.